All right, so welcome to the Millbrook Railroad. It's a live. It would have been a live stream.
It would have.
Here with Eric. Hey, Eric.
Nice to meet you. I have a channel, but there's not much on it yet, so I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'll put the build process on my channel. So.
Okay, the build of what?
The build of the Alco number 5 in 7 1/4 inch scale.
Okay.
With
7 1/4 inch gauge, by the way.
7 1/4 inch gauge, 1/8 scale.
Yes.
That's the correct terminology.
There we go.
But I'm also doing a couple bud coaches. I'm gonna try and do the full skill consist and
consist. Yes.
The SCNH.
Here's the SCH, the SCNH, the Saratoga, Corinth, and Hudson Railway.
Got it right the first time.
I had to read it off the sign, really. I keep calling it the SNC.
For some reason, I do the same thing. Well, I'm gonna try and get the engine. I might already have a flat car actually.
Yeah.
If I use the one off my other engine up at the club now. And the 3 buds and the Pullman. I think that's a Pullman. I'm not. Don't quote me on it. I believe it's a Pullman tail car.
Looks like an old Pullman.
And I do have a Pullman tail car in HO scale at home that I can use to get reference off.
Well, there you go.
So.
Or I can just take measurements off the one down at.
Or we could just take them off the real thing, which will probably be, get some better scale for it.
Speaking of real thing, we're standing next to something interesting here.
We are, very much.
So this thing is an old piece of equipment. This was built in the early 1950s for it was an estate railway.
An estate railway?
An estate railway. The guy built it for his own uses. Inside is a 4-cylinder engine out of a Chevy, a 1920s or 30s Chevy. This thing is old.
Whoa.
This thing is historical, and in some ways hysterical. It's a neat little engine.
It is.
18-inch gauge.
And it's carted around on some pressure-treated lumber by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I love the ties, how they're bolted up.
Yeah.
No support, they're just there for show.
Oh, they're supporting plenty. They're keeping everything together.
That's true. You know what? They are supporting things.
Yeah.
They're the cross supports.
That's right. So, they're going to give us they gave us a treat here. They opened up look at that beautiful mill.
Oh, wow, I can get you one better.
That is 4 cylinders. Oh, thank you for shining that in there.
No problem.
That's an old 4-cylinder Chevy with the original radiator up in the front. So there's the original radiator.
Oh, look at that. Let me get some light on that.
So, yeah.
Don't worry, I'm good cameraman.
There's no water pump on this thing.
Air cooled.
It's liquid cooled.
Oh, it is liquid cooled?
It's water cooled, but it works through convection.
Oh.
Like a Model T.
Oh.
It's that old.
I looked up at the horn, half expecting it to go off in my face. I'm not working CSX. That's just the go-to. If you look at a horn, it's bound to go off eventually. You tried it. You tried. See? Just had it on right in my face. Speaking of loud, there's a neat thing going on outside too.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that in a minute. But this was pretty cool.
That is.
So
that's the first time I've seen in person. I've heard of it.
How about that?
Leaded gas.
Leaded gas only.
Not unleaded. You want?
Yeah, it's because of that old engine.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a neat little railway. It's actually right next to the Cooperstown and Charlotte Valley's engine house, which is right here in this photo. That's really? Cooperstown and Charlotte Valley Railroad's engine
Actually,
house.
looking at the track work, it looks like it goes into it.
It does go right next to it.
Oh, right up next.
And there's a little lean-to shed on the side.
I see it there.
Where the engine where this engine parks.
It's a little add-on home.
Yeah, a little add-on home. It runs on mining wheels, and it's just a heck of a neat little engine.
It really is. I'd love to maybe at some point get out there to see it run.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Alcos.
And it's a tidy little cab. I guess a cozy little cab, to use a real estate term. Cozy is real estate ease for tiny and cramped.
I should know, jump seats. You gotta love the tractor jump seats in a big old diesel sat right square behind the conductor seat. You can't move it, you're just stuck there, knees getting bashed in all day long.
Yep. So what do we got for controls in here? Looks like we got an independent brake up at top, train brake down bottom maybe? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe.
Interesting. What year is it?
Milford, New York, right south of Cooperstown.
house was built, what, 1952?
What do you got there? You got a layout?
We've got 1,200 feet of track. This was built in the 1960s.
60s, okay. I heard earlier it was 52.
You have a flyer?
I've got a flyer for this, for the main rail. We don't have a flyer specifically for it.
Interestingly enough, it looks like there's a water gauge in here.
Yeah, there's a Chevy 4-cylinder in it.
That water gauge is for the coolant in the radiator.
Yeah. You got your voltmeter, a nice little clock. There's an old school clock too.
Well, it's an old school. That's
3, 6, 12,
made from
and
all
9.
cast-off stuff.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you too. Neat little engine.
it really is. Looks like the starter's been replaced almost.
Probably a lot been replaced, I'd imagine.
What's that?
Probably a lot been replaced on it, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, it's not. We don't run the gas engine so much anymore. It's a hybrid system. It's got like I said, it's got the Chevy 4-cylinder in it, and it drove a generator, which powered 4 AC Delco starter motors that were on each axle. And the problem with that is starter motors aren't meant for continuous operation, so we kept melting the brushes out of it. So we changed it over, and they put batteries in and put in AC motors in place of the starter motors, and now we don't have a problem with it.
So is there a website for this?
Here's the brochure. This is for the main railroad. We don't have a website specifically for the powertrain, but that'll give you all the information there on the
Cooperstowntrain.com. Train rides on the Cooperstown and Charlotte Valley Railroad.
Yep.
Yeah. Say hi to Brad for me when you see him next.
I will.
All right.
Yep.
Here we go. Needville 11 burning, looks like blacksmith coal. Or something scraped off the bottom of a pile somewhere.
It's the residue from the CSX hoppers that we send out to the foundry. Yeah, look at that.
Big old 30-inch gauge engine narrowed up to 24.
I'm gonna go see how much it is.
Go for it.
This one's on the bucket list.
Well done, sir. Well done.
That was so much nicer than ringing the bell at CSX. That bell actually meant. That bell felt like it meant something. Oh, that was funny. I'm gonna be choosing like an idiot now.
Is that big enough? I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I'll make an exception for this.
That's a nice turntable, though.
That is a nice turntable.
Funnily enough,
I wish mine worked that well.
Yeah. I was about to say, right as you say anything pertaining to yours, it just stops. It goes the other way.
Yeah, I know.
But funnily enough, down in Jersey, there's a couple turntables they use.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do they work?
They work.
Oh.
We were going down the Jersey walk-around. They had a big old ES44 on one. Spinning it around to put it in the service center facing the other way. And they put their graders and equipment. They've got little stub tracks that they go off into.
Oh.
Very short, probably about from where I'm standing to where that table is. But they're not meant to hold much more than a car and a half. So you could probably fit.
It wouldn't hold this.
Oh, absolutely not. The turntable's maybe from there to there.
Yeah.
An engine length at most.
Oh, well. Well, unfortunately, I lost the rest of the footage of this video, so I'm not quite sure how I did that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed what you got. If you did like this video, hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe, and please don't flame me too bad in the comments. Thanks for watching.